Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Boulder Canyon. The harvest is well underway now. We have got another half a tank so far in our combine, and that is climbing rapidly. I'm hoping the combine will make it up over to the top corner. Once we've emptied out this time, I'm going to cut the path into the big stone over there, and I'm going to go around that one a few times. And then once I've done that bit, then we'll head back down and we'll go and finish doing the baling. I've decided that we're not really going to get there in time for finishing baling and clearing all the bales in order to be able to start planting in a timely fashion this evening. So we will begin the planting tomorrow morning, and then we should have time to get everything in the ground exactly as we would like. And also, with the combining finished, we can get going with the planting. I'm not so worried about the field down the bottom. I want to get the planting going up here. I've got 3 tractors and there's 3 jobs to do. There is planting here of corn. There's planting down there of barley, which is what I was going to do down there. And before we start planting up here, we're going to obviously need to put down some... sorry, not put down. We're going to need to do some cultivating first in order to prepare the ground. So what I wanted to do was, instead of worrying too much about... Let's go and get that tractor a minute. Instead of worrying too much about trying to get planting done tonight... we may get some fertilizer spread on the field tonight, so that we've got that little task out of the way. The field down the bottom is just a standard direct drill without fertilizer input on it anyway, so that one can be spread and then it can be planted afterwards. And then I've got another field over here where we can go and put fertilizer on. Then it'll be cultivated, and then another round of fertilizer will go onto the field with the application of the seed. They both get planted, they both get put in the ground at the same time, so that will be taken care of. So then we'll only have one lot of fertilizer that we actually need to worry about, which is nice and simple. Keeps things running smoothly. Now, I'm going to let this one come over to here. I'm just going to follow it along until we get to the end of the field over here. He's diving out that way for some strange reason. Why you decided to suddenly turn right at the last second right there. I'm going to move you over there like that. Then I'm going to flick back through, and I'm going to grab the combine here, and I'm going to take it off of hired help. Empty out the combine into the trailer like that, because I'm about to nip over to the big stone over there. Cut a few passes around the outside of that one. I'll fold that one back in again like that. And then we'll go rushing over here, and I'm going to cut the line up through from like that point where it's narrowest, and then I can go into the stone, and hopefully we can get 3 times around the edge on there, and then I can bring that back out and probably just tip it straight into the trailer in here. So if I start you there... and then I'll run straight in beside the combine here. Beside the combine. I'll run straight in beside the stone here, not beside the combine at all. And then what I'm hoping is I can just set the hired help going from in this point right here. And it will go round the stone. It may not actually get right round the stone properly. It'll go around it partly, but I suspect it's not... No, it's not going to do all of it, is it? There. It's... Well, it kind of got stuck there, but then it managed to unstick itself. It won't, I don't think, be able to get round that corner up there. No, it's going to try and cut way across the front end of that one. It's going to cut right across the nose on that one. So if I... set that going again, and then go up to here, then it will turn itself round. And go across. Now, is it going to try and turn right here, or is it going to go straight across? It's going to go straight across. That's excellent. That's what I wanted to see. Right, so now we can go on our next time round the field. Round the stone. Cut out a little bit more gap. I'm kind of thinking But once we do get going again, I may just leave this one circling the field, going round and round and round. Although that's not going to be very helpful for later, for like doing some of the other jobs that I want to do. Namely, like doing all of the cultivating and the planting and that. If I can start working that from the top end of the field, that's going to make life a little bit easier for me. So if this one will continue on, there we go. We'll do one more pass. So I get once more around this stone, and then I'll go back out to the outside edge of the field. It's 6 o'clock now, and I haven't even got down to the straw yet. So I said yesterday that if we didn't get started on planting by 6 o'clock, we'd leave it. And we haven't even gotten into the straw yet because we're busy doing this job here. So yes, we're definitely not doing the straw tonight. Sorry, we're definitely not starting the planting tonight. That's going to have to be tomorrow. And obviously that's going to like delay things a little bit, but that's fine. That doesn't really matter. So I've got all of this money. I've got $193,000 at the moment, and I'm not really sure what I want to do with it yet. I could use that to go and buy a bigger tractor. I did talk previously about buying a bigger case. We could buy a bigger case tractor, and we could like really up the ante in here, because if I'm staying and we don't decide to move on from this series at the moment, and we decide to stay right here and stay put, then I'm gonna need to like make just a couple of little changes. First of all, let's bring that one up there. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sure that I want to go across there. Like I said, I want to put that one across there, but no, I don't actually. What I want to do is I want to bring this one along, because I want to start working from this top end of the field, just going backwards and forwards, but I want it to do it kind of naturally, and I'm not sure how well it's going to do that. So I'm going to bring you over to here, and I'm going to go with the up and down like that, and then I'm going to start you, so you're going to go up to that side, then you'll turn round, but how far up along the field are you going to go? As I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to want to empty out as well. So we'll go and get what we can. I can take 2,000 litres, and I need to rush off and empty this one. So still, I'm not. I did say I was going to try and finish the straw tonight. That was, well, in today's episode, anyway. It'd be good if we could finish it tonight. That would be quite a nice thing to do. But, yeah, we'll... Like, if I was to get some bigger machinery, maybe a bigger combine or something like that, they could definitely speed things up, because we're getting to the point where we got the money for it. I said before I didn't want to get a, you know, the big case, was it, not the case Optum, which is this, it's not a medium case, because I've got that one there, haven't I? It's the large tractors, not the Optum, no, it's not that one. It's that one there, the Magnum. Looks weird. I don't like the look of the tractor. Like, the tractor itself, I'm sure, is fine. But I really don't like the look of that wedge-shaped bonnet. It's not pleasing to the eye. Like, to me, it kind of doesn't look right. I'm not a fan of that tractor at all. Purely based on looks. I'm being completely shallow here, 100% shallow. I don't care about its character qualities or anything like that. It can have as much character as you like, but I'm a very, very shallow person, and I'm basing it entirely on looks, and I don't like the look of that tractor, so I'm not going to be buying that tractor because I don't like the look of it. That bonnet is just too weird for me. Right, I just cannot do it. It is just too weird. Now, I am going to take a hop, skip, and a jump back up here, because I want to see if we're going to advance across that gap. And we are apparently not going to advance across that gap, which means that we're going to end up having some interesting harvesting happening later, and I've now got some interesting harvesting happening right now. What are you doing? You've literally pulled out and then gone to do it again, but Right, that's not right. That's you ain't supposed to be doing that. So I'm going to need to I'm going to bring it over this way, and I'm going to ignore that bit for a minute. I'm going to hope that I've already got it the right side on here. Yeah, he stopped and he turned round, so he needed to be facing in this direction. That's what he was trying to do. And then that didn't really work out very well. So while that one does that, I'm going to run this one along here. We're going to need to get this tractor back up to the top as quickly as we can so we can get that one unloaded. I did ask you yesterday and the day before, I'd like also ask you again today in case you missed the previous 2 episodes. Do you want me to finish up this series in, well, next week? Because we have got right in here full sheep, full chickens, full cows, and we're able to fill up all the pens with all of the food and straw and everything that we need. The only thing we don't have is enough corn, wheat, and canola to fill those 3 bars up there. I can get everything else. I can literally get everything else that we could possibly want for all of the animals, apart from having those full. In order to fill those up, this series is going to need to run for probably another month or 6 weeks, maybe longer than that. So the question is, do you want another month or 6 weeks of this series, or do you want me to move on to the new one? I don't mind either way. I've had comments wanting both. So I'm now sort of asking you to get in the comment section, talk about it. Is this what you want to see? Do you want to see me change over and start a new series? Because, you know, we have been running for a while. This series has been going for quite a bit. Are you ready for change? Do you want to see me up and start on something different? Now he goes right the way across. Run right the way across there, and he'll run right the way across the next bit. Is he going to do it when he gets up to there, or is it going to be left with that kind of little weird dog leg bit up there? Are we going to have trouble with that? This is going to run all the way. I'm going to leave you running still for a minute, and I'm going to bring this tractor. We'll head up the hill so we can meet up the combine up there. Yeah, do you want me to continue on with this series and do what will probably amount to another 2, maybe 3 more harvests? Well, there's no probably, it definitely be at least 2, possibly 3 more harvests before we can finish. I mean, I can use some of the money that we're earning now to try and buy some bigger tractors, bigger implements, and maybe we can speed it up a bit, but not entirely sure how much we're going to be able to speed things up, right? There could be... It could take quite a while to actually get anything, or get enough money to be able to really start upgrading stuff here. So I don't know how well that's going to work. But I'm quite happy to carry on and do that if that's what you want me to. Or we can move on to the new series. Now, I was talking that, you know, in a couple of weeks' time, we'll have the new Alps DLC will have been released, so I could use the new map from that one and start a new hardcore series on that one that would be based on contract work. That map may not be suitable. I'm kind of hoping that it will be suitable, and I get the feeling that it could very well be because of all of the small machinery that's being released for it. So it kind of indicates that the map is suited to small machinery, small fields, and that's kind of what it's based on. And then we can build up, I suspect there'll be big fields on it as well, but we can kind of work up to those later on. So if that map is suitable, I think it'd be really good to start a series on there, but that's kind of going to be a little bit based on what everybody wants. Now, why are you stopping? What are you doing? That you are carrying. No. Keep going. Keep going. Don't you dare try and turn round on that bit right there. You drove all the way over here, and now you're trying to turn round. Are you freaking kidding me? That's not happening, dude. That is not happening. We're dropping you in there, and you're going that way. Right, you're dropping in there and you're going that way. You're going to keep going along the top here. I don't want you running from the end of the field over there. That's not how this is going to work. So yeah, I'm quite happy to sort of make some adjustments, and we can alter the goalposts a little bit in order to keep things going along here, because I am aware that whilst some of you do want me to work this right to the bitter end, it could get rather dull and tedious if that is all I'm doing is a few more harvests. There's not going to be a lot of variation in gameplay between what I'm doing right now and what I have done for the last few weeks than there is, you know, what would be for the rest of the series. So, yeah, kind of, what do you want to do? What do you want to see? Let me know in the comment section, and we will make adjustments accordingly. I am going to put a stop to that nonsense a second. I'm going to bring you back over here, and we're going to have to change that one back over to facing in that direction, and you're going to go to here, and you're going to run along there, and then this tractor is going to go along and... oh, actually, I've emptied that combine out already, so I don't really need to worry about that, but I'm going to need to, like, keep a little bit of a monitor on what this old combine is doing, because it's doing some odd things. Whether it's going to get right the way along to the top, or it's going to start working on that bit, I don't really know. I'll leave that for a minute. I can get back to doing some baling. We need to finish this baling today. Start that one up, lower that one down, and off we go. So we'll get some of this underway. We get these bales finished. We can do 20k while we're racing along with these bales in here. Looking forward to seeing what this Alps map is going to be all about. Even if we don't use it for this series, and I end up not using it for a series at all, I am still looking forward to seeing what the map is and what it's going to be like. It could be quite an interesting one. I did enjoy, you know, the Tyrolean Alps series. I only did a small series on that. Just a little Alps series that I did right at the end of FS19. And I did particularly enjoy that series. I did particularly enjoy that map there. I mean, there was one horrifying moment where my entire game crashed big time because there was some bug with the map there somewhere in one of the big fields. But overall, I had a lot of fun doing that series. And I really enjoyed, like, working the really steep ground that was in the Tyrolean Alps map series that we had there. That was particularly enjoyable for me. So I'm quite looking forward to the opportunity to be able to do something similar. Let's go back up there. Once again, we've reached this end point. I hope we might. He went out to the end of it, or she did, and then reversed back. So we're going to just... it's going to do backwards and forwards a couple times against that big stone there. We need to keep a little bit of an eye on it, and then we can hopefully have it working full length all the way across the field. Now, I'm leaving it on the AI extension where it follows the edge of the field, purely because I'm curious to know how it's going to cope with the odd shapes and that we've got in the field. In hindsight, I think I shouldn't have done anything with the big stone, and I should have allowed this to keep working and see whether or not it would be able to cope with getting around the big stone using this particular setting that I'm using right now. I don't think it would, though. It doesn't seem to deal with that very well. That kind of thing. That kind of thing tends to make it struggle a bit. Right. Now, go and get these. We should be able to finish up most of this straw now before we need to go back and check on that combine's progress once more, which is a good thing. I'll wander down this row right here and gather up the rest of that. Yeah, we're only on like 23% on that combine, and he's got quite a few short runs to do, so he's got to be like constantly going along and pulling out and pushing back in again, and going a little bit and then pulling out and then turning and pushing back in, and so on and so forth, and just keeps going and going and going, and then eventually it will finish and we can go up there and we can like move on to the next bit. And I'm hoping it'll do all of that before filling up the tank on the combine. Although, now that I say that, I reckoned that we'd have about 90,000 litres coming off of that field. That was my initial estimate. We're not going to finish that today, but we may be able to get some kind of rough idea as to how much we can expect coming off of the field. We may, I don't know, like, we've got a bit in the trailer up there now, and we've got another 3,000 litres kicking around in the combine itself. It's got to sort of work its way through those bits there, and then we can move. We've got the long runs across the field, and those long runs across the field, they could end up yielding quite a substantial quantity of crop. So we may end up with more than 90,000 litres, which means that we're well on our way to properly filling up the pigs anyway. So my guess, we're not going to do it with we're not going to do it with this harvest and one more. That can't happen. We've got to have at least 2 more harvests to be able to fill everything up properly. And I don't think it's that I'm not sure that's going to be enough. I think we're going to need 3 harvests to be able to fill everything up completely, if that's what we end up deciding that we're going to do. If we stay here and we get that all filled up, that's what I think we're going to end up needing is 3 harvests. So what that'll be is the corn and the barley for the next harvest, and then the one after that, canola and wheat. So we'll put canola back in the big field there, and we'll put wheat in here, because if we're doing barley again, then we'll do wheat the next time. And kind of like keeping those running like that means that the wheat and the barley it'll take a little bit, but it will kind of keep picking up if we got a little bit coming in every harvest. Right, anyway. Straw is done. I have finished the straw. As promised, I have managed to finish the straw. I need to go around and pick it all up. And if I'm using an auto-load trailer, because I'm not doing it on one-time speed for any other reason, I should be... Right, that one I'm going to bring down here. I'm not going to bother hosing this one off. Just going to do a quick repair and stuff it back in the shed, because we haven't used it very much, so I don't think it actually needs to be worried. We don't need to worry about cleaning it. But I do want to repair it. Yes. Back. Right. I'll leave you there a second. You are going to turn once more out to the end, and then we kind of need to stick you going up on that top bit. So I want it to go out to the very end of the field here, and then I want to redirect it after that, because otherwise it will go along there and it will follow the curve all the way up to the top end. So it's not a bad thing. No, I don't want it to do that. We'll let it run out to the end here, and then I'll jump up through. So yeah, technically I'm supposed to put it on 30 times speed to now go and load up the bales onto the trailer to drag them back to the main yard, which can take a minute or two to do. So I'm just going to stop you like that. You want to be facing in this direction, so I'm going to put you facing this direction, but you're going to be going along the top end of the field here. And I'm hoping you stay going along the top end of the field here. That's the plan here. I want to go to there. And yes, you've gone to the correct side of that bit. You're going to go along there. Right. No, it's that one that I want. You're going to reverse over this way. That. I'm going to take you back over to the shed, and I'm going to reverse you in. We're not going to worry about hosing it off now. I've got 30 minutes until bedtime, so we're going to be wanting to actually do that and hit the hay, I think. And I'll bring you up over here, and then in the morning we've got to start cultivating. We've got fertilizer spreading to do. We want to put fertilizer on this field right here beside me. And then we can get started on planting the barley in there. Get that one back in there like that. Unhitch that one. Right, you're done. And I'm gonna... No. I want this one with the bale trailer on, don't I? Right. Let's go up there a second and see what that combine's... Yes, excellent. Right, the combine has turned right where I want it to. That is fantastic. What I'm going to do next, though, is we haven't even got 10,000 on this one. Maybe we won't hit quite 90,000 litres of canola. There is a distinct possibility that we're not going to get that much. And there's also the distinct possibility that we're not going to be picking up the bales tonight. They're going to have to sit in the field until the morning. That's fine. Even if it rains, it's fine. It wouldn't matter because it's round bales and they can stay out in the rain. It doesn't hurt them. You just need to leave them like to just blow off a little bit and then they're fine. You lose maybe a ½ inch around the outside edge with just one shower of rain. And we bring that up into there. We've got the lights on, and it's not the lights are on and nobody's home. Everybody's home at the moment. It's all hands on deck. We've got everybody here working. We're going to be working. Well, we're not going to be working. I was going to say we're all going to be working late tonight, but we're not. We don't do that. 8 o'clock, we'll be stopping. We'll carry on tomorrow. And we get the cultivator. We want to get the cultivator. We'll get that one. We can probably get that one hooked on in a minute. And we can bring that one up here. And we can start cultivating up here. Although, I want to get fertilizer on this field as well. And I want to get that on before I... Or do I? I can't put fertilizer on the field. Yes, I can. I can put fertilizer on the one down there before I do anything. So I also want to do it with here. No, I don't. I've confused myself. I need to put fertilizer on the field down there. And then after that, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put fertilizer. I'll put fertilizer somewhere. Fertilizer will be happening. I'm just not quite sure where it's going to go. I'll bring this tractor along here a minute. I'll put him up there. Because we're going to have to wait until this harvest is finished before I can do much in the way of fertilizer. So I'll stop you there. We've got 45 minutes. That's not very long. I'll get the trailer hooked on and he'll be ready to go for the morning. And then that's really going to be it. I can't go and like gather up the bales because we've got to switch 30 times speed in order to be able to start that. Unless I've actually, but no, we'll be doing fertilizer spreading. So I'm going to use that tractor over there for doing the fertilizer spreading. However, I want to be cleaning the animals and stuff with that one first. We do still need to do the daily chores for the animals. But I kind of want to get planting stuff underway before I start worrying about daily chores for animals. Because those, like, that kind of makes use of our time the most efficiently, doesn't it? Right, you can stop there. You over here. I'm going to want to do daily chores, aren't I? I'm going to need to. So you stop right where you are. I'll need you for daily chores. That's shop stuff, which we don't want. It's combine stuff there. Right, I tell you what. You can stop there a minute. Stop right there a second. Shut off. And we'll come back down here. It's a couple minutes before 8 o'clock, so we're going to skip the night now. We will do our 11-hour break right now. So I want to go to here, and I want to do 11 hours like that. So 8 o'clock until 7 a.m. And it's 7 o'clock in the morning that we stop and we sell all the milk. So it's the first thing that we do is we sell all of the milk. So I know it's on 5 times speed at the moment. Before I start up the combine driver or anything like that, we will bring this one down. We get that milk and we will sell it. That's got to be the first thing that we do. We're not allowed to do anything else. So I can just quickly speed that up there so that it ticks up through to 7 o'clock. Like that. And then I will pause time. Or 1 time speed it. Bring you in round. We sell this. Then, once I've sold this, we'll get the combine running again. And then, when the combine is going, I will then use that tractor there, and I'll go round it, and I will just tidy up the animals. So I'll tidy up the corn and the sheep. I'll tidy up all 4 pens, clear everything back, and then we can worry about the getting the rest of the stuff going. I suppose I could just leave the animals dirty for a bit, but 29,000 litres of milk to be loaded into there. Get that in. If I was to leave the animals dirty, I could stick the fertilizer spreader straight onto this tractor here and get started in the fields. Spread fertilizer on its bottom field and then clap a clapper seed drill onto the tractor and get started in there. But then that field I'm not quite so concerned about. It's that one up there. That one's the time-consuming one. That's the one that we're going to be waiting on. So I'm kind of thinking that we want to just, like, focus on getting that underway. Cultivating, fertilizer, what have you, up there. And then worry about cleaning up the animals. Like, the animals do need to be done, but they can wait until a little bit later in the day before they're done, I suppose. I guess that really depends on whether I should be... we can clean the animals first thing in the morning. That, I guess, won't really matter. What are we getting for milk today? Let's have a look. Let's just go and have a look in here. 1004. Milk's not fantastic today. That's ticking down. So 1004 is basically 29,000 litres of milk. So we get $29,000 for our milk today. Which, I mean, that's better than nothing there. 29,253. That puts us up to $220,000 that we now have in total. I'm not going to worry about selling slurry or anything like that just yet. You can just park right there. Turn the lights off on that one. And I want to go back to 5 times speed. Go to the combine. Start you up. Put you going across the field over here. And you're on the way. And so is everything else as well. Might end up having to, like, manually just remove that little point over there. That's a little bit weird looking. So that we can work our way right the way across the top of the field over here. I don't know yet. We'll worry about that in a little bit. So let's go to you. I'm actually going to be gathering up these bales. Well, actually, no, we'll start doing this now. We'll see if we can gather up the trailer load of bales right now. So I've got to be on 30 times speed for this, and I'm not on bales at the moment, so I want to turn that one off. Pallet, square bales, round bales right there. Start that one loading. Okay, we're on 30 times speed until I've got all the bales loaded onto the trailer, and we'll bring them back and we'll deal with them in next week's episode and beginning of next week. So we'll have this here. I get the straw on the trailer, and then next week we can deal with spreading a bit of fertilizer onto this field right here, and then getting some work started in the field up there as well. Bring you around like that and up through there. I think I got more than 30 bales in this field. Don't know how many I have got in here. I didn't bother counting to start with. I should have got... No, I'll loop up round and grab these few here. And then I'll go back and I'll get them 4 over there. That's going to take us up to 20 bales. So grab you. If I don't get all the bales onto the trailer in this one... 20. I have got more than 10 left. Definitely got more than 10 left. There's 4 right here, which I can grab like that. There. And I've got there's 6 over there. There's 5 down here. So I've got 35 bales. And at 8,000 litres per bale, 35 times 8,000. Well, 10 times 8,000 would be 80,000. So 3 times that is 240,000, plus another 40,000. 280,000 litres of straw, thereabouts. So I'm going to bring that to right there, and then we can bring that back down to our 5 times speed. We're now 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to unload those onto the trailer and put straps on like that, and then that one can start slowly wending its way over to where we want to tip them out. But that's all I got time for today, so we'll tip them out in our next episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, then please hit down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.